Hello everyone, this is Professor Ratajczyk, and what I'm going to do today on this video is analyze the round 2 performance. I also want to encourage you to get your decision in on MimicPro round 3 as soon as possible. I know we will not have class tomorrow, but you still need to get that decision in by Friday at 5 p.m. Or sorry, midnight on Friday. So it'd be nice if you were to take the time tomorrow in class where you would be there to work through your decisions. What you're going to find is there's nothing new with round 3. They just want you to optimize what you did, look at some of your mistakes, see if you can improve upon them. They're going to want you to create a new ad group, some things like that, but again, nothing new. But let's just go into the instructor version here and see how we did with this. So I got my reports. Current round, nobody has started round 3, so be sure to do that. Don't mistake the fact that we don't have class on Thursday for not having to do round 3 by Friday at midnight. So let's go to student rank, and let's take a look at round 2 here. All right, so if we look at overall, I'll zoom in here so we can see a little bit. Whoa, too big. So we've got, look at that. If you don't know, my first name is Michael, so yes, this is indeed me. I came in with 122,000, let's just call it $123,000 of revenue, and I had a profit of $14,000 and an ROI of 11,000%. That's great, and reach of 85,000. So, wow, I did great. Yay! Yay! I did great. Okay. So looking next, we've got Mari's team, and then with revenue. But remember, revenue isn't always the best thing, best way to guide this. Profit is really important, right? Because we could be spending a little bit of money and get a big return, or we could spend a lot of money and get an okay return. But what really matters is that dollar stuff, because that's what we pay our bills with. You know, after all is done and said and done, that's what we invest with. That's what we give our shareholders back in money, etc. But what I want you to see here is somehow, so what Mari's team needs to look at is, you know, you've got good revenue, but where did you go before? ROI is good, so that suggests to me that you didn't win all your keywords again, or something happened there, because down here at reach, you're pretty low. So each team should go through this. If you're high on something and then you sink below, there's usually a clue. So I'm wondering if your reach isn't there, the keywords, especially when I see keywords or like reach down here and then ROI up here, it might mean that you bought the wrong keywords or you didn't win enough keywords, something like that. So what I like about Allie's team here, and they did a nice recovery from round 1, is they got some high revenue, they got some high profits, and their ROI is pretty healthy too. And they're right in the middle of the pack here. So what I'm thinking happened here is they are advertising a product with a lot of profit in it. As if you look here, you know, again, withstanding mine where it's all solids, we've got decent revenue, but even higher profit position here. So that means that you're probably selling something that has a greater profit margin. But I like to see this here. I would like to see, I think you could have done better. I think you're actually on the path to catching up to me, actually. So take a look at your reach there, see if there's any opportunity. Max's group, pretty consistent there, so that's good. Remember, profit's important. James' team, nice profits there. So you're kind of in that same boat as Allie, where you're up here high for profits, but down here for your revenue. So something to look at is the products you actually have been advertising. Look at your keywords. Look at your report that shows what you've spent compared to the profit. Are there any keywords that you spent that didn't give you a good amount of return? You might want to optimize that. In other words, don't use that keyword anymore, or use more of a different keyword. Like do another ad group that focuses on a keyword. Dixon's group solid here, but and a lot of reach. So I'm just curious what kind of product you're selling, or you know, was it the right? You know, obviously you got enough hits, but Maybe the keywords that you bought were not helpful in converting customers there. So Allison pretty consistent there. Tamo consistent and Fabian's team consistent there. All good ROIs, but I'm willing to suspect you didn't spend enough money or bid up your maximum bid high enough to get those keywords. For example, if there's a keyword that I really think is important and the average or the recommended bid or the competitive bid is 79 cents, I might go a buck 50 because I really want to ensure that I win that word. That's me. That's a strategic decision that I would make. That's what companies do. So mark this down. This is one of those things. Companies will evaluate what's most important to them. It doesn't always mean it's the right keyword on paper. It might not make the same sense to you as it does to the company, but they've isolated out. They've looked at their keywords that they purchased, and they said, you know what? It sounded great to put the word Samsung as a keyword we wanted to buy, but Samsung in and of itself didn't get us enough clicks. So maybe we need to go to a Samsung DX9, keyword, so that we can get enough clicks right to the product that we wanted to sell. Okay, so that's what companies do. They optimize. So they reevaluate their strategy on their keywords and things like that. So let's go ahead here. Um, so I got the most number of visits. Max got it nice round, so that's nice. So we got a student summary here. Okay, so not good there. So I'm just going to pause this video here and show you my screen a little bit, how I optimize my data. Okay, hello everyone. So this is Professor Ratajczak. And one thing I want you to note here is I kept my campaigns. I didn't just edit my previous campaign and then use it again. Round one, I tried the Olympus camera and the Samsung Canon. Didn't really help me out, so I paused it in round two. So in round two, you can hit the pause button, okay? And I decided to go with two campaigns. So I created two campaigns. Nothing's stopping you from creating multiple campaigns. And this way I can allocate a more precise budget. So I'm allocating more money towards Nikon and a decent amount towards Samsung. So look at what happened here. I got a similar number of clicks. Average position was number 2 in the search engine. I spent an average 41 cents for the Nikon and 52 cents for that one. Total cost. So I didn't spend all my money. Holy cow, everybody. So I was in first place. I had over $100,000 in revenue, significant amount of profit, and I didn't win everything. How do I know that? Because I tried to spend $5,000 and I only spent $1,155. Now looking at this, look at this. I spent just under $1,500 on the Samsung, and I actually paid more for it. So what that suggests is either the keywords under Samsung were expensive, or I won more of them when compared to the Nikon. Because again, I tried to spend $3,500. What this is telling me, everybody, is I need to go and optimize my keywords, and then I'm going to destroy everybody again. Because I'm already setting up pretty well for this. I know what I did wrong. I didn't win enough, so I got to up my bids. I got to try harder. But I've set it up now. I might even run this campaign again, both of these again. But I did some considerable profits from each. So even though I only spent this much money, I still had considerable profits here. Conversion rates was pretty good for the Nikon, but not the Samsung there. And still healthy, 3% is a good number. We'll talk about that. But for all intent and purpose, you want a conversion rate greater than 3%. If you do not have a conversion rate greater than 3%, you seriously need to study your keywords and try to do something as we go forward. Remember, round 3 is still a practice round as well there. So return and all that stuff. So let's look at my ads here, my keywords. And so I tried to buy these keywords in this round here. Okay, it's not showing me all. So it's going to show one at a time, but let's just look at Samsung here. This is what I tried to put into my Samsung campaign. I did win them all, apparently. I had some good clicks. So So look at here. Look at the one that had the good clicks. That's Samsung. Um, it was not the most expensive one in my list. So let's look further. How many conversions? Well, I got a lot of conversions and a lot of profit from that. So not so much from over here. In fact, this one here, this keyword, all Samsung Mobile that I purchased, it was cheap. So I got it real cheap for 24 cents, which is a nice deal, but it led to no sales. Okay, so I spent $3.54 on this keyword, and it led to no sales. So if I keep going up here, these keywords, they didn't really fit well. So let's look at my ad. So I had a Samsung camera sale. Okay, it just didn't work. It didn't work. Um, okay, so next. Let's go to insights. It shows ad quality is solid. My page quality is solid. If you don't get green marks, you have to do some more work. You have to put some more information. Like, look what I did. Samsung flash camera sales, a cute little way to say flash. Free shipping on all orders. I went right to the brand, and then here the URL goes to the brand. I put in some features. Free gear, 360 camera, wireless charging convertible, 28 gigabytes memory. Now, I'm thinking the reason I didn't do well in the other keywords is because this stuff wasn't true for those in particular keywords, perhaps. Now, let's go to Nikon, where I ran 2 ads. Because remember, it required you to do 3 ads, but I put 2 of them in here. I specialized on Nikon there, but I also put in the Samsung camera, a more specific camera here. And if you look here, holy cow, I got a lot more impressions from this ad. Let's look at the keywords here. Ad group one for Nikon specials. So I bought all these words. I did win a few, but didn't win a lot. The one I won the most was Nikon Cool Picks, but it wasn't the greatest number of conversions. I did really well with the first one there. I got some good conversions here as well, so I'm definitely going to be thinking about putting more money into this one. And what I might do then is I will reduce this one here, this one with the 3. I'm gonna probably drop this one, the D80, and put more, or like just drop it, and naturally more money will funnel to the other ones. Um, okay, so the Nikon D and all that stuff. Just looking at this again, um, I didn't win anything from that. Let's see here. I ran this one as well. Didn't do too hot. I wasn't too pleased with this. I got some clicks, but it led to no money. So this was a waste. Now I only spent $41 on it, but when you're working for a company like this and you've got this budget, it's all important. So again, just look at the ads. Um, Samsung NX1 4K camera. So I actually created an ad around the Samsung 4K, and it sucked. It sucked. It didn't bring me any success. I got no sales out of it. So what am I going to do next round? I'm not going to run this ad. I'm going to delete it or just put it inactive in the next round. So hopefully that helps you out. You can create more campaigns, and again, what it does, when you create another campaign, where's it working here? Oh. So 2 campaigns I ran here. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to funnel more money into this Nikon campaign here. If I just run one campaign and throw like $4,980 at it, then it's all going to distribute evenly. Okay, but this way I'm weighting my money. I'm putting more of my money into the Nikon and more of it into and less of it into this one. So you can totally do that if you're going to sell 2 different types of cameras or specialize with different brands. Certainly take a look at creating different campaigns, because this is the only way you can limit the amount of money you want in your budget for each of those products. So that's what I did. Now, granted, again, I didn't win enough, so that might mean that I need to win more keywords, get rid of some of those that are poor winners, poor keywords, things like that. So hope this helps. Remember, the decision has to be in Friday night. Do not forget, 5-point deduction. I know we don't have class tomorrow. Consider that a gift. Doesn't happen often. But consider that a gift. Use it to your advantage. I will dock 5 points if your decision isn't in Friday by midnight.